Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Prior Lake, Minnesota, where your Minnetonka 2019 Skippers will take Prior Lake Lakers. My name is Roger Lenahan. I'll be doing the play-by-play tonight. Folks, we do not have a hardwired internet connection here from the Prior Lake High School, which is what we usually have at all of our broadcasts. So we're running off of a hotspot, and I could just kind of give you the heads up that you may lose the signal, we may lose, but don't go anywhere. We'll come back, we'll get it back. So, but there may be some technical difficulties throughout the broadcast tonight. So I'm joined up top here in the booth at Prior Lake with Peter Amsitz, who's our executive producer, along with Cal Pfeffer, who is our cameraman. And this is the last regular season game for Minnetonka, and I expect it to be a pretty good contest. Let's kind of go over these two teams, talk a little bit about the Minnetonka opponent right away. Prior Lake started out pretty strong. They got a 28-13 win over Rosemont, followed that up by a 14-12 win over Shakopee. Barely got beat by Wayzata 14-10 the next week. Then they came out and beat Edina 27-14. So after 4 games, they're 3-1. They were ranked. Everything looked good for Prior Lake. And then with the parity of this particular 6A, lots can go wrong quickly. After the win at Edina, they lost 35-13 to Lakeville South, followed up by a loss to St. Michael Albertville 20-16, and then last week lost to EP 35-10. So really great start for the Lakers, and then kind of not so good, having lost a couple in a row. If you were going to talk a little bit, Lakeville South now sitting at 6-1, tied same record as their sister city high school, Lakeville North. Lakeville South takes on Egan tonight. They're the number 2 seed in the top 10 Metro. Number 3 is Lakeville North, sitting at 6-1. They're going to take on Farmington. Champlain Park, also at 6-1, is going to take on Maple Grove. They're at Maple Grove. St. Michael Albertville, that's really the game of the week to watch, would be the St. Michael Albertville game against the Eden Prairie Eagles. So St. Michaelville right now ranked ahead of Eden Prairie, who's the number 6 rank, and that one's a contest that should bring some people's attention to it. Number 7 is St. Thomas Academy. They're in 5A, and they're playing at Chaska. Moundsview is 5-2, and they're playing at Roseville. And number 9, Totino Grace, another good game. Totino Grace at a record of 5-2 will take on Cretan-Durham Hall. Rounding out the top 10 in the Metro here, according to the Star Tribune, is Centennial. Their record is 5-2, and they will play Osseo. So the Associated Press has them ranked a little bit differently. They've got Wayzata 1, Lakeville South number 2, Lakeville North number 3, Champlain Park number 4, Eden Prairie number 5, Centennial number 6, Totino Grace number 7, Moundsview number 8, St. Michael Albertville number 9, and then Rosemont number 10. So it's a topsy-turvy 6A this year, and quite frankly, Wayzata is still the favorite to go deep in this thing based on their record, based on their wins against opponents. But as the old cliche goes, that's why we play the game. So let's get through to that Minnetonka starting lineup here. And again, Minnetonka hampered by some injuries along the way, but one must persevere. So we'll start out with the offensive side of the ball. The wide receiver, number 19, Softler Leon. The right tackle, number 56, senior Michael Allen. The right guard, number 78, junior Carson May. The center, number 62, senior Matthew Galgano. The left guard, number 57, senior Eric Benson. The left tackle, number 74, Owen Gunderson. The tight end, number 17, junior Jackson Gadarian. The wide receiver, number 23, senior Braden Fisk. The fullback, number 22, senior Elliot Ishii. So a little different spot there for Ishii. We know he's on defense. The tailback, number 30, junior Ben Tokinen, glad to see him come back to the lineup after sitting out the last part of the last game. Our quarterback, number 7, sophomore Joey Gendro, and of course the punter, number 22, Elliot Ishii. Now going to the defensive side of the lineup here. And by the way, folks, we're about 6 minutes from the kickoff here. It is a 47-degree type night. Wind not a factor right now, gusting less than 5 miles an hour. So the starting lineup for the Minnetonka defense: the nose guard, number 77, senior Aiden Lowry. The defensive end, number 99, senior Carvon Gurley. The other defensive end, number 48, sophomore, making his first start, played a lot, number 48, sophomore Andrew McCullough. The outside linebacker, number 24, junior Will Velgersdijk. The other outside linebacker, number 56, senior Michael Allen. The inside backers, number 35, senior Sandler Tollefson. The other inside linebacker, number 22, senior Elliot Ishii. The strong safety, number 2, junior Jackson Iverson. The left corner, number 14, senior Ethan Gott. The right corner, number 19, sophomore Tyler Leon. And the free safety, number 9, senior Brock Bacon. The kicker, near and dear to all of our hearts, done a great job this year, number 36, senior Pierce Sabilla. Kicked at least a 43-yarder early in the game. So a few changes, but in general, number of kids going both ways tonight for Minnetonka. And if you're looking at the camera there, you'll just about see the Minnetonka Skippers coming back out onto the field here. We're at the 5:18 mark before the start of the game. We rotate that camera to the right a little bit. We catch the team coming out onto the field, and there are the Skippers. Yeah, so of course we'll be playing one way or the other tonight next Friday, and the only question would be what kind of a seed Minnetonka will get. Assume they win tonight, they would be hoping for a 6 or a 7 seed, and maybe they could not face, if they were able to get that seed, they could not face a 1 seed. Pretty clear to see that right now, if you had to kind of gut feel the 1 seeds, you'd have Wayzata, Lakeville South, Lakeville North, Eden Prairie, even though they have 2 losses, Totino, St. Albertville, those are all projected 1 seeds in my mind coming into this here before the last game. Of course, a couple of big games tonight that will certainly change everybody's perception on where everything should be. Clearly a unusual year for the Skippers. Worst win-loss since Coach Nelson's 18 years here. And do the math. They were at the Prep Bowl 2 years ago, went to state last year, went to state the year before the Prep Bowl. So the last 3 years they've been at state. And obviously to make that a 4 in a row, there'd have to be some magics in the sectionals. We have, for what it's worth, folks, we've reached out to the Minnesota State High School League, and according to the league secretary, they're not going to allow any streaming this year, so you're going to have to just go to the Minnetonka game, wherever that would be. It's not going to be a home game, I can guarantee you that, but come out and support Minnetonka in that all-important first section seed game next Friday night. And we're going to pause here for the national anthem, but we'll be right back with the kickoff. Don't go anywhere.
Right here for Minnetonka. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your hat, place your hand over your heart, and join us as the Prior Lake High School pep band leads us in our national anthem.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're less than a minute from the start of the kickoff here, and anything that comes out of the booth here, I got Steve Tuthill to my right, and that's a recipe for disaster. He's, of course, part of the high school football staff, and he really feels like we took his table tonight, which we know that's just not the case. He does control our tripod, though, and we're cognizant and appreciative of that. All right here, folks. Well, Minnetonka's visiting crowd here, not as full as it's been. However, certainly not empty on a chilly night here. It's going to take a look at the weather bug and see what kind of a game time starting temperature we have. I'm going to go with 43. So 43 degrees as we start the game. The teams are both on the field now. I'll tell you one thing, it's a huge program, and we'd be remiss if we didn't tell you that we have tremendous leadership at the high school level with Jeff Erickson, the principal. Ann Hanstead is the assistant principal. Nate Gibbs, another assistant principal. Freya Schirmacher is another assistant, then Josh Steven, who's also a defensive coach. And our school board, of course, we got Dr. Dennis Peterson, who's our superintendent. Mark Ambrosia is the director. Katie Becker, John Holcomb, Mike Lesage, Lisa Sumner, Lisa Wagner, Chris Vitale. So we're really blessed here in Minnetonka to have an army of people that's supporting all the co-curricular activities. Here we go. We're ready to go. Minnetonka, it's a short kick. Going to be caught and dropped. Iverson, that sometimes can be a big thing. Iverson's got some room, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, and run out of bounds. Now, I've said this to Peter Amstutz. Whenever there's a timing snafu like that, sometimes it throws off the coverage. And in fact, in this case, by all timing things, Jackson had to fumble for that ball for a little bit, and he returns it out to the 45-yard line. So go figure, if you will. And it'll be 1st and 10, Minnetonka at their own 45-yard line. Great field position to start out the game. So Tolkien is going to be the single setback. General, of course, the sophomore quarterback, is going to come out underneath center. And a stoppage here. Oh, and you know what? They're telling him that he's got to put his jersey down. Number 23, Braden Fisk. So his jersey was kind of pushed up. Not sure about that, but the uniform's important. So here we go. 1st and 10, first play of the game. Under scrimmage here, fake handoff to Tolkien around the edge, and is going to get spun down after a gain of about 2.5. So Larson on the stop for the Lakers. Tolkien on the carry for Minnetonka. Going to bring up a 2nd down and about 7. Ball now on the Minnetonka 48-yard line. General under center. Tolkien in the single setback. 2 receivers each side. Gives off to Tolkien. Left side. Gets to midfield and then push back. So forward progress will be 33 on the tackle for the Lakers. That's Sam Emershik. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 5 here on the first series of the game, offensively for Minnetonka. Well, here's what we know about General, right? He is a good passer, a pocket passer. And so I guess, and he's lining up in shotgun. Tolkien to his right. Slot left is Iverson. Now Iverson in motion. He rolls to his right, getting chased out of the pocket. He's going to have to run that one himself, and he's going to get close to the 1st down, but not close enough. So really a coverage stop there for the Lakers. He had a couple of guys out, and General decides to tuck it. Now he does get 3 yards, so it'll bring up a 4th, and Minnetonka you know, you can say wisely or unwisely, decides they're going to punt. First series of the game, they come up 2 yards short, but you don't want to turn over on downs in your opponent's, well, at the 48, let's call it. So let's see Ishii, who had some tremendous punts last game, had a couple of incredible spirals. The deep back for the Lakers is at the 15, and he's going to have to move back. He backs up inside the 5, going to take it, and he's going to get stopped at about the 11 or 12-yard line. So not the first deep back that's underestimated the boot of Ishii. And he had a nice long hang time, driving spiral to the right side. It'll be 1st and 10 Prior Lake Lakers. They'll have the ball, and we're going to find a mark, but it looks like about the 13. First offensive play for the Lakers here in shotgun formation. Hands off right up the middle. Some good yards and then tackled. What a really nice textbook tackle. Like to get that. I think that's going to be Ishii on the stop, and he met him pretty hard. Tyler Schaefer on the run, number 8. Shotgun formation for the Lakers, 2nd and call it 6. 2 slot receivers and 1 wide out to the, what's the far side? They're on the right hash. Closest to Minnetonka sideline. Keeper on this one, and he's going to have the first down and more. 15, I think. Haas, number 16. So Kyle Haas, the quarterback, who's just a sophomore, by the way, keeps it and gets the first down. So the first down of the game belongs to the Lakers. Now they're in hurry up. So Haas, they're in shotgun formation, 2 slot receivers, a single setback, 1 wide out again. Same formation. Calls out the first couple of sounds and then looks to the sideline. Haas, this time he hands it off left side. Stopped on the play with very little gain, maybe a gain of a yard. Ishii on the tackle. Gurley as well. Carvon Gurley, number 99, 270-pound D-end. His dad's on the staff as a coach as well. So here, same set for the Lakers. 2 slots, a single setback, 1 wide out, 2 wide outs this time. Now we got a slot in motion, right up the middle, big hole. He's at the 50. Leon and Valgersdijk on the stop, but not before he gets a pretty significant chunk of yardage here. We're at the 7:45 mark. No score in the game, and now the Lakers in their hurry-up offense. Little confusion as to who's on what side. Nonetheless, here we go, folks. 7:44, no score in the game. Right at midfield, the Lakers on a drive here. He's kind of looked past to the left, got a man wide open in the flats to the right side. Leon on the stop again, but not before they get a first down. So Peter, and recognize you're not on the mic, this is second, but the Lakers look pretty good so far.
Yeah, they're mixing the run and the pass there, getting some good openings, and you're right, they're hurrying up, they're getting to the line. So here we go again, Roger.
All right, sophomore quarterback hands off. No, keeps himself right up the middle, but he's going to get it about 6 yards. So the middle of the line there has got to stop number 16, Kyle Haas, who is listed at 6 foot, 190-pound sophomore. And again, the Lakers come out and hurry up, 2nd and call it a long 4. They're at the Minnetonka 29-yard line. 7:08 and counting in the first quarter here. Haas hands it off this time. Going to be a first down. So right now, Lakers able to move with ease on Minnetonka's defense as the teams feel each other out. Ishii on the stop for Minnetonka, but it is a first down. Ball now on the 23-yard line of Minnetonka. First and 10, 6:52, no score in the game so far. Hassan shotgun, 2 slots, 2 receivers. He's going to pass, looks to his right. Got a man at the 20, the 10, weaves and bobs, and he's going to score. Number 24, Dylan Blair. So just kind of snuck his way into the end zone, and the Lakers strike first at the 6:38 mark. Lakers 6, Minnetonka 0. We've not had the PAT.
Yeah, nice play there, Roger. Opened up well. Godsave and Valdersyk were on the chase. They were unable to bring him down before he got into the end zone. So perfect start if you're Prior Lake. They're looking like a little swinging gate here, but it looks like they're going to just kick the extra point.
Well, 16 is their quarterback. He's the holder, Pete. But I'd be shocked if they wouldn't be content for an almost block, but not quite. So the point is good. And the score at the 6:38 mark is Lakers 7, Minnetonka 0.
Looked like Matt Becker, 88, converted that extra
82
point.
is the
or
kicker.
maybe 82, my
82,
fault.
yeah.
Hard
Josh
to read
Keller,
these uniforms.
right. You know, the black on the gray background with any kind of an angle other than straight on is really hard to catch the Laker number. But nonetheless, it goes down as a first drive and a first drive down touchdown.
On the kickoff for the Lakers.
So 6 minutes, 38 seconds to go here, Roger. First period, first quarter here at Prior Lake, and the Skippers already behind 7-0. They had a 3 and out. It looks like back deep to receive.
Iverson on the right, Pete, and I think maybe Tolkinen on the
near side.
On the near side. Now I don't have a number 4. We are Stratton Joyce. There you go.
Yeah, Tuts changed his uniform on us. He did that on purpose, Roger. Here's a little squib.
The kick. Joyce does get it. Glad we talked about that. Joyce gets some nice yardage, turns around a little bit, but he's past the 35, up to about the 37. So Minnetonka on the start of this drive will have pretty good field position as well.
Yeah, another good place to start your drive. Of course, the Skippers went 3 and out on the first one. All 3 running plays, a quarterback keeper on that one that ended up being short. But here comes Gendro back out with Tolkinen in the backfield. And it looks like Fisk and Iverson to the near side, Roger.
Here we go. General's in shotgun formation. Lakers show blitz. They come from the corner. Leon on the catch, and he's going to be right at the first down marker. Going to get marked short, but it'll bring up a 2nd and 1. So General goes to the air on first down and gets about 9 of the 10 required for the first down. So 2nd and 1, Pete, at the higher level, they call this a free play. Now, Minnetonka has not necessarily utilized this as something to go deep on.
Yeah, a little bit more of a compact set here than we'd had on first down, so I do look for Tolkinen to get the carry.
I as well, Pete. Well, we weren't the only guy thinking that. Apparently the Laker defense spelled the same thing.
Yeah, they credit 33 Emmerich again. We called his name on the first drive. Sam Emmerich lines up at that linebacker position, 195 pounds, and he does come into the backfield, pushes Tolkinen back a few yards, sets up a 3rd, and they're going to call it 4, Roger.
So now it's a 3rd and a long 4, Peter. Joey General in shotgun formation. Iverson in motion, fake handoff, little counter, really a nice play there, and a first down for Tolkinen. I really like the play call. A little bit of movement in the backfield there. You've got Iverson coming on what could be a jet sweep, Peter, and they give it inside on a count there to Tolkinen, and he gets the first down and moves the chain. So Minnetonka inside Laker territory at the 49-yard line, a brand new set of downs. Motion again. This time it goes to Iverson. He's struggling to get to the corner. He dropped the ball. Minnetonka going to recover it out of bounds. but that'll be a significantly loss of yards.
Yeah, Gadarian there to jump on that fumble, Roger, but it is a loss. Good hustle there by Jackson Gadarian, 17 from his tight end spot, came across the field and picked that up. He's being replaced by Ishii now. Tough way to start your new set of downs, losing a chunk of yards there, but it could have been worse if the fumble hadn't been recovered.
Well, and you know, that play, clearly teams has our film. They know that Iverson's kind of the breaker threat. So, but now I like that little pass to Ishii on this one here, Pete. And there's the throw to Leon, and just leads him a little bit too much. It'll bring up a third down. Unfortunately, it'll bring up a third down and probably 17, 18 yards. Scoreboard shows 18. Ball is on now. Minnetonka back in their own end of the field. Call it at the 43. So what do you got, Pete? Third. What do you got for 18 yards?
I'd like to get it to Iverson if you can. He's lined up here to the near side.
Token in motion now. No running backs.
Flag on the play.
That's going to be a legal procedure, and frankly,
No ball, foul. False start, number 17. Of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains. Third down.
so the White Hats is Mike tonight, and so they're actually going to give a number to that penalty. So they're calling that on number 17, which is Jackson Gadarian, who wisely got the fumble a minute ago, but he may have lurched forward, and I didn't see that. Did you see that, Pete? So anyway, here we go. How about 3rd and 23?
I still like Iverson near side, although you've got Fisk on the top of the screen, Roger.
General going to throw a screen. It's a forward pass to Tolkinen, and he started to run before he got it, and it'll bring a punting situation. So the frustrations offensively for Minnetonka continue here. They have the ball 1st and 10 at the 49 of their opponents, and then they move back on a pretty significant loss with a fumble, and then another 5-yard penalty. So,
Roger, we didn't talk about keys to the game, but obviously limiting those kinds of mistakes is going to be huge for Minnetonka. It's been a problem all season, and you can't have that. So Ishii back to punt. Looks like they had twin safeties, and now they're stepping one up, just one man deep for the Lakers, Roger.
Ishii's got the ball, and this one's going to be a shorter punt with a lot of hang time. No fair catch called for, takes the wrong bounce. And Andrew McCullough, number 47, decides, no, that's 47, right? He's 48, isn't he? Anyway, well, I have it here. 48, so that was 47. Huh. What number was Stratton Joyce? 4? Yeah, and McCullough's number 48, so another chink in our armor here, I'm afraid to say, Pete. Thank you. So here we go. 1st down Lakers. They have the ball on their own 35-yard line. 4:37. They're up by 7. Inside counter. Gets a couple. Gurley and Sandler Tollefson on the stop. Bring up a 2nd down and about 7. Ball now resting on the Prior Lake 38-yard line. 4:19 left in the game. Lakers on top 7-0 as we get to about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. The pass, he's going to get sacked. I think the first guy that's there, I know I think it was Carvon Gurley. Probably should be credit with that sack. And Lowry was there as well. So they lose a couple yards on that play. And it'll bring up a 3rd and call it 8. Ball now on the 37-yard line. So they were going to throw the ball there on 2nd down, Pete. And now they're forced to maybe throw the ball. Minnetonka presses coverage a little bit differently here. Pressure, he rolls out and gets caught from behind by Ishii. That was a first down saving kind of a shoestring tackle by Elliott Ishii, and it'll bring up a 4th down, and the Lakers get shut down, and they're going to go 3 and out. Unless they do a fake punt. Peter?
Amazing tackle there by Ish. He's done it all year. He got the shoestrings there, able to stop that quarterback run before he got the yardage to gain. So ball sitting at the 40, and back deep is Jackson Iverson. He's got his heels about on the 28, Roger.
Well, let's see what he can do with a normal punt, if you will. And this one is going to be short, and he's not going to have a chance to field that one. Takes a Laker bounce. Oh, Jackson, get away. And anyway, well, he circled the wagon a little bit there and got close to the ball. But anyway, well, you know, the old coach in me.
Yeah, it's only natural when you see a guy about to make what could be a really critical mistake. You're going to tell him not to do it. Obviously, he had no intention, was messing around, but still, you just like the guys to get away. So ball sitting on the 31, Roger. So nice stand there by the defense. Great tackle there on Ishii on that 3rd down play, and here come the Skippers back on offense.
So Fisk will be split out wide. Ishii now as the fullback. Joey General underneath center. Expect the run behind the blocking of Ishii. And sure enough, they do. And Ishii did a nice job on number 9. However, not enough happened inside. He had sealed the outside of the block, but that'll be a loss of about a half a yard, maybe a yard. It'll bring us second down and 11. Now General in shotgun formation. General calling out the signals, hands off to number 30, of course, that's Tolkinen. Off the right side, falls forward. May get credit for a gain of about 6 or 7, depending on where they mark that. And they'd get him a pretty fair mark. And now, all of a sudden, 3rd and call it 4.5. 1:38 left in the quarter. Lakers on top 7-0. General quick to the ball. Fake handoff, rolls to his right. He's got Ishii. Ishii's going to get the first down and run out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Well, there's your play, Roger. You've been looking for him to float out in the flat to Ishii. That is good for the first down yardage, and maybe your note to all the coaches about doing that one paid off. But it sets up a nice first down at the 47-yard line now.
Well, Pete, we've talked about it all year. That play had worked several times earlier in the season. Now, clearly your opponent knows that play is in the book, but, tough, strong football players like Ishii, if you get him the ball, he can do good things with it. Here we go, General. Now Jackson Iverson, slot way to the right, fist to the left. Now Iverson in motion, fake handoff inside to, but credit Tolkinen for getting back to the line of scrimmage there. Awful lot of guys to get past. That was the play that gained the first yard, where there's a fake speed option to Iverson and then an inside counter. This time they run it to the right side. Lean checks in. Tyler Lean.
Yeah, so 2nd and 10, you're right, good effort there by Tolkinen just to not lose yardage on that one.
So 2nd and 10, Pete. Sorry, Peter.
No worries, go ahead.
Tolkinen the single setback. Blitz coming right through the middle. Fake handoff. Got a man. First down. Tyler Lean on the reception. Nice pitch and catch there. Tyler Lean on the reception. Good for a first down. 35 and counting in the first quarter. Minnetonka inside Laker territory at the 39-yard line. This is a drive that they really need to finish, Peter, with a touchdown.
Agreed, yeah. So 1st and 10, ball inside the 40.
Blitz from the outside corner there. Picked up nicely. Again to Lean. Gain of about 6 on that one. And boy, he got hit by about 3 different Lakers at the same time. Tyler Lean on a nice reception there, and 2 in a row for Lean.
Yeah, that's going to be your last play of the first quarter. So Skipper's got a nice drive going here, Roger. I like as we mentioned in the offset, Gendro more of a pocket passer, and they've let him do that here.
Well, and I mean, when I say I think he's good at when he rolls out too, and he has to buy a little time that way, no problem with that. So Minnetonka has shown some life on offense, particularly in this drive here. So move the chains twice, and they need to score, Peter.
Yeah, they've got a nice drive going here. We talked about again all season is a lot of these drives you have to finish off with touchdowns. Some of the games, obviously, you got close enough that you could get field goals out of them from our kicker, but this one you really feel like you're already down 7-0. It'd be great to go ahead and punch this in. So the ball's sitting at the 33 now, Roger, and you got to think that at least confidence is fairly high after getting a couple first downs.
Well, Pete, I would think so. They have to believe in themselves. They've really never, ever folded throughout the entire season, and in any of these games. So this is a critical drive in terms of momentum, but more probably important in terms of confidence, Peter. Clearly if you're 0-7 coming into the game, there's going to be some self-doubt. And if you score now and kind of answer their score early in the second quarter here, you should come on with a great degree of confidence and feel like, hey, we're going to hang with these guys and make a game of this. So what little win we have is a side win now, and we're on obviously going the other direction here as the quarter starts. So
2nd and 5, Roger.
2nd and 5. Joey Genro in shotgun formation, 3 reset to the left. They'd like to run weak side here. Throws it out to Iverson. I'll tell you what I can say about that. That was just a tremendous a defensive play by the Lakers. He had a blocker out there, and he never shook the blocker. He shook the blocker, rather, and made the tackle.
Yeah, that was Dylan Bear. We called him earlier, senior defensive back, and just a great individual play. Not a lot of guys are going to tackle Iverson in space that easily. He made it look kind of easy. He made a great move, and that's just a great football play.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one for his highlight reel. So 3rd down and call it about 7. Scoreboard says 6 rather. Under center, General. Blitz coming from the middle. Hands off to Tokinen off the left side. He's got some room. First down and more. Tokinen inside the 20-yard line. The junior running back Ben Tokinen off the left side of that offensive line. Had a nice hole, sprung him well, and it'll bring up a brand new set of downs inside the red zone. I guess they're going to mark it at the 22-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 22.
Yeah, we've seen when that play gets blocked properly and you can seal off that corner, then he's a dangerous runner out there.
Well, he's
Roger.
fast, and he is hard to bring down, even though he is slight of frame. Underneath center, Genro. This time hands off. Nope. Don't know how Tokinen got even back to 1-yard loss. He was really captured deep in the end in the backfield for about a 3-yard loss. Individual effort gets him to end up losing. Well, they're going to record that as a loss of almost 4, Peter. Call it 3, so it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 13. Ball now on the 25-yard line.
Yeah, so the Tokinen tried the right side that time. Didn't work out quite as well. 2nd and long, Roger.
Iverson split wide to the left. Trades the fullback to the tight end side. Give the Tokinen up the middle. Not much there. So bring up a 3rd and more than 10, Pete. And
yeah, linebacker again there. That was Tanner came through. Tanner Newland, number 9 and he had backside pursuit from this side and was able to track him down. So you would think definitely 4-down territory, although you maybe take a field goal. Depends.
I kick,
yeah,
but
so, it still got a chance right here on
right.
3rd and long.
Ishii goes out, and Valgersdijk, who, by the way, we didn't say anything about him, but when he came in and ran at the halfback spot, I thought he was awesome. 3 receivers set to the right now. Shotgun formation for Genro. Tokinen the single setback, I think. Showing corner blitz. He is. It's a little corner blitz. Well,
that one was skip passed over to Iverson. That was Valgersdijk in the backfield time, Roger.
Okay.
So you were right to question whether or not it looked like Tokinen. So let's see what unit comes out here. It looks like it could be our friend Zabilla is going to line it up for about a 42-yarder.
I think and again, The ball is at the, 29, so 39 and 7. That's a 46. Of course, my math could be off. This one's not going to get there. It's going to be short. So Zabilla's kick falls just a little bit short, and Minnetonka falls a little bit short there. But, you can't lose yardage there. And when it was second and about 13, and you run up the middle, Pete, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think you have to throw the ball there.
Yeah, I mean, the running play that set up that set of downs was that nice seal over to the left side. Then we ran Token into the right side. He lost yards, and then that next set of downs never really quite clicked quite as well. So because that field goal attempt went out of the end zone, ball will be for the Lakers at the 20-yard line, Roger.
Right up the middle off the side. Shaver, the ball carrier for the Lakers. Michael Allen, one of the Minnetonka players there to make the stop after a gain of about 3. Well, Pete, the defense is going to have to kind of come up big here and get a 3 and out if they can.
Agreed. Yeah, you've got the Lakers down here, 9 minutes to go. Don't want to get them, it becomes a field position game, and you want to keep them down here on this end.
Underneath center now, Haas. Inside handoff. And on that one, number 27 for Minnetonka, Ivan Lee, he knifes through there, had a chance to stop him for a loss, and then just couldn't hang on. So it brings up a 3rd and about 1.
Yeah, God save and Iverson get credited with the tackle. You're right, though, that Lee kind of slowed that one down but couldn't quite wrap him up. So 3rd and short here for the Lakers.
Iverson on the stop along with Ethan Godsave, but it is a Lakers first down and more.
Yeah, they're hurrying to the line here, Roger. That was Emmerich on the carry, enough for a first down ball. So they've already gained 20 yards here. So this drive started at the 20, they're at the 40.
1st and 10. Give to the second back, right up the middle, but can't give up 5 on first down. Math doesn't work on that one, Peter, but Emmerich on the carry, number 33, Iverson along with a couple other skippers on the stop, but going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4. Ball is now on the 46-yard line, inside their own end yet. 2nd and 4. See if this isn't a pass, even though it would be traditionally a run play on 2nd and 4, Pete. In fact, it is a pass, and he's going deep. Got a man. Well, and 14, Cam Miller is listed at 6'2", but he looked a head taller than all the defenders on the play there. But at the 7:30 mark now, all of a sudden, Lakers in the red zone at the 20-yard line of Minnetonka, knocking on the door. One receiver wide right. Now motion to that pitch side, the right side. Oh boy, changes directions, and he scores. Let a guy out in space. It's not that hard to make a move inside, and but nonetheless, it was a well drawn up play. And if you're looking at the instant replay, you can see that he went in and got tackled about 5 yards deep, and lucky that there wasn't a penalty on that particular play.
Well, effective drive there. They're going to do this swinging gate, but it looks like they'll just go ahead and kick again, Roger. But a tough drive to give up, especially that long pass over the middle, and then the run there at the end.
Well, what you need now is a missed PAT so that you have something to, but you don't get it. So at the 7:15 mark of the 2nd quarter here, Lakers 14, Minnetonka yet to score, sitting with a 0 on their side of the scoreboard, but tough.
Yeah, so Zabilla's 42-yard attempt came like about a yard short. Could have been big to just get some points on the board. Lakers take over on the 20, able to get some big chunks of yards on the run, and then that big long pass that set up the touchdown, Roger. So it gets you back in it's familiar territory this year where Minnetonka down 14-0. The offense, I've been looking at the offensive numbers for Minnetonka, just unable to really get things going this year. And obviously losing Luke Tollefson at the beginning of the year has something to do with that, but it's just been a struggle on offense.
Well, it is, and 2 steps forward and then a big giant step backwards. So they'll get a couple of first downs in a row, and even on this game, and then a penalty and a fumble and a play that loses 7 yards, and it's just sort of been the byline, the headline of the year for Minnetonka here, and desperately looking for a little confidence to go into that sectional final, or that first round of the section game. And thus far, down 14-0 at the 7:15 mark of the second quarter, not really getting what they want. Now, for some reason, the last 3 or 4 teams is not kicking deep to Minnetonka, and this one is no exception. Iverson is going to let it roll out of bounds wisely, and great heads-up play. He touches that at about the 16, probably doesn't get it out to the 35. So credit Jackson Iverson with some smart football intelligence there to let that go out of bounds. And it'll be a penalty, of course, on the kick, and it'll be 1st and 10 Minnetonka. This is about their average starting position, Pete, the 35.
That's right. I think I was just going to mention they're basically right between the 35 and the 40 the last off all these kickoffs. So, yeah, Keller elects to just squib it, and that one happens to roll out of bounds. So here come the Skippers here, down 14-0.
Iverson split wide to the Lakers side of the field. Handoff. Nope, he's going to throw. Got a man. Jackson Iverson. The 40, the 35, the 30, the 20. He rolled out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Well, Pete, I think that you got to do that. We've been very conservative with the run game, and you need to throw that pass to Iverson. Picture-perfect pass to Iverson from Genro, and it's all of a sudden Minnetonka in the red zone. 7:04 left in the first half.
No, it's beautiful to see Iverson in open space. He caught him right in stride there. Couldn't have drawn that one up better. I thought there was a chance he could get all the way. Got angled out of bounds there, but still in the red zone here at the 13-yard line, Roger.
So 1st and 10 to the 13. Minnetonka still able to get a first down within this drive. Ishii now in at the H-back spot. Underneath center, General hands off to Tolkien, and Tolkien right up the middle. Tough yards. Gets back to line of scrimmage and probably a couple there.
Yeah, not surprised to go back to the run there. Gadarian checks out. Lean checks back in for the Skippers. So they credit a yard there on that Tolkien and run ball at the 12-yard line here, Roger. 2nd and 9.
Now Fisk split wide to the right. Slot is Iverson on the right side. Press coverage on Fisk. Going to throw it. Gets deflected. So that one gets batted down at the line of scrimmage there. Intended for Lean. And just tipped, so it's going to bring up a pretty important 3rd down play here, Pete.
Yeah, some good pursuit on that left side or the right side of the Prior Lake line, able to get in Gendra's face and disrupt that pass. I think it may have, I mean, it's hard to tell what would have happened if the pass would have been completed, but, batted up in the air, so it sets up a 3rd and 9 for the Skippers, ball resting on the 12-yard line.
Well, again, Skippers can still get the first down. They need 9 to move the chains and be at about the 3. Genro and shotgun. Blitz right off the left side. Got a man. Good. He was held there. Oh, my God. There we go. Okay, so I really, the side judge saw it. He was late to the party. Then the back judge decides, I better join the team, and throws it late as well. But he got held there, so that'll be defensive holding, I think. I think he was getting held before the ball was thrown, and we had a pretty good angle on that one. And now it looks like Jesse Nelson coming out to talk about that, and he's asking about
maybe a late hit or something.
Well,
after
boy,
the play.
I hope not.
But it looks like, they're still discussing the penalty. Lean was able to pop back up, so that's great news for him and all the Skipper fans. So he's not seriously hurt.
But that it should be a defensive hold in my oh man, we're going the wrong way, Pete. Oh no, they're gonna go to the, well, they're not.
Hitting a defenseless play on the defense. Half the distance to the goal.
It's got to be auto first down. How can that not be? That's what I'm thinking.
Next down is third down.
I guess. So, hitting a defenseless receiver is the call. Frankly, it should have been a defensive holding auto first down. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here we go. General hands off the token and right side. Gets pushed forward. We're going to be in a real tough spot here. Oh, you do? Oh, I didn't see that.
Looks like he's right at the line to gain, Roger. Maybe 4th and short.
Well, let's measure. So, well, they got to measure in my mind, of course. The chains show it about a half a yard short. So here we go, folks. General underneath center, Tolkien in the single setback. He's going to sneak it. He jumps open over. Oh, and he may have lost the ball. Nope, maybe not. I think they're going to rule that he was down. It's a first down Minnetonka. So there's a break that goes in their direction. We couldn't see the ball come out, but from the looks of the Lakers, they could sense that the ball had gone out. So 1st and goal, ball's at the 4, Pete. Got to have 7 here before the half if you want to crawl back into this one.
Completely agree, Roger. Need to pay this one off. Looks like Genro's going to be in shotgun with Tolkien in, and now there's a whistle, Roger.
Well, the white hat was talking to, I'm going to assume that that's Matt Guggenheimer, the head coach from the Prior Lake Lakers. And 5:41 and counting down here. 1st and goal from the 4. Minnetonka desperately in need. They hand off to Tolkien, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's maybe it. And Minnetonka not going to really go away from that game plan of power ISO and just power running. And
yeah, you get down here to this part of the field, and you suspect that both teams are going to try to enforce their will. Minnetonka said, "Hey, we're going to try to run it right at you on the right side." Didn't work out that time. We'll see what they draw up here on 2nd down, Roger.
I'd like to see him spread the field a little bit, Pete. Get some openings here. Maybe you can't tell who did it, but I guess it's going to be Prior Lake. Yeah, it is. So Prior Lake sees something they want to talk about. We're at the 4:55 mark of the first half. Minnetonka down by 2 scores, but knocking on the door. It is 2nd down and goal from the 3-yard line.
So this again was set up by a really nice pitch and catch to Iverson that chewed up a lot of yards, got Minnetonka down into the red zone, and then now that last set of downs ended up having to go to 4th down with Gendro diving over the top. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what kind of formation they come out in. I kind of like the idea of spreading them out here as well, Roger, but it looked like it was a very compact formation that they had heading into this 2nd goal.
Well, Minnetonka offensive line not small, and not without senior leadership. A couple of 2-year starters in there, and so hard to go away from that. And you know what, Pete? It doesn't look like anything's going to change here. I would look to see Iverson come in motion. This time he goes to the left side, very close. It's a touchdown. So the side judge signals a touchdown. Ben Tolkien diving in there underneath the pressure of the Lakers, and we're a PAT away from being a 1-score game. So really an important drive for Minnetonka there, and they're not going to go away from that power run game, Pete.
Yeah, that's them showing this is who we are. We're going to try to score this way, and they are able to do it. Leon on the hold here of the Zabilla kick.
Kick is up, it's good. So at the 4:50 mark of the 2nd quarter, it's Lakers 14, Minnetonka 7, and we're now within a 1-score game here. really important here if you could find a way to get a turnover, Peter, on this next possession, get the ball back in your offensive hands, and try to tie it up before half.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge drive, huge score. After going down 14-0, had to respond. They did that. And so obviously ideal would be to stop the Lakers here, go 3 and out and get the ball back. But even just good confidence for Minnetonka would be just some stops here for the defense. Maybe even just run out this first half and only be down 7. That would not be a worst-case scenario either.
No, Pete, and getting that score last is going to be a confidence booster for Minnetonka. Again, we talked about Prior Lake. They come out at the beginning of the year, and all of a sudden they find themselves, 3-1 after the first 4 games, and I'm pretty sure they were ranked in the beginning of the year as well after those 3 games. Well, and say this: they lost to Wayzata 14-10, so that may have been the closest game Wayzata had from a point perspective.
Agreed. We saw Wayzata just roll up points against Minnetonka a few weeks ago, and so to hold that team to only 1 touchdown is pretty good, is saying quite a bit. So 4 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the first half. Zabilla about to put a foot into this one, Roger.
Now, Pete, I expect to see him kick it deep, but we'll see what I know. Well, he kicks kind of a shorter kick to about the 14. Good coverage on the play there. Fumble. Well, Pete, I did talk about a turnover. Well, the entire sideline of Minnetonka signaling they have the ball, and officials say he must have been down. That ball obviously came out, and nonetheless, a little excitement here in the later stages of the first half. Now imperative for Minnetonka to get the Lakers to go 3 and out. And I don't see the Lakers playing conservative here, Pete. I would expect to see them throw that same kind of pass to that big, I think it was a tight end.
Yeah, Ivan Lee ran on the play late here to line up on the right side in that linebacker slot.
Well, they're yelling face mask, and it looked like it as well from here. And but the referees don't see it. But did it not, Steve? He didn't see it. He's
Michael Allen, 56, gets credit for the tackle.
It creates a loss on the play. So 2nd and about 11 here, 4:17 and counting. Big hole there off the left side rather. Going to be a first down. He's going to get out of bounds and stop the clock at 4:05. So the loss of 1 on first down doesn't deter the Lakers. They get a first down, and they need 11. They got about 15 or more, and the ball is now they're at their own 43-yard line. 1st and 10, plenty of time left in the first half. Prior Lake has used one of their timeouts. Minnetonka has all 3. Haas under center. Oh, boy. Valgersdijk on the sack for a loss of about 11. Valgersdijk comes through untouched and smothers the quarterback.
We haven't seen that too often this season, Roger. So nice to see Valgersdijk able to shake loose off that end. No one blocked him, and he just came in and smothered the quarterback on that one. Second long now, Roger.
Clearly a pass protection failure by the Lakers, and now it's 2nd down, and the ball is all the way back to the 35-yard line. Call it 2nd and almost 19. Motion to the right side. Nope. God save there, Ethan God save on a nice stick, but they get about 8 of those yards back, Peter. And now, referee's timeout, injured player on the field. I can't even tell. Oh, it's a skipper. It's God save, so may have gotten hurt on the, and he's. So number 14 for Minnetonka, Ethan God save down on the field, the senior 175-pound cornerback. Lowry trying to either help him up or, yeah. And I think he's favoring that right leg.
Yeah, Lowry and Ishii helping him off here as he's getting some applause from the hometown Lakers team, and he's completely been carried off, Roger.
Well, you know, oh boy. Aiden Lowry, number 77, is 6'7", 350 pounds. Grabs a hunk there with Ishii, and they just carry him off. And rather comical sight, but we're certainly hope that Godsave is only out for a play or two and gets back in there. Played well today and made a number of key stops.
Yeah, he's had a really nice season, Roger, and we've called his name on defense quite a bit. So they'll need to bring a new player in on that position.
You know, and Minnetonka's defense is, you know, they didn't bring the ball in, but, you know, a lot of the players went to the sidelines there. Prior Lake says, we're going to go anyway. Well, Stratton Joyce kind of whiffed on that corner there, and that creates a first down for the Lakers.
Yeah, some subterfuge on that sort of inside handoff there. Shaver ended up taking it, and he almost tight-roped the sidelines. He ended up stepping out at the 36-yard line. But this is, when we talked about what would be an ideal situation for Minnetonka, get a stop, maybe the ball back. We're working the opposite of that right now, Roger.
Well, we are, and that was a play that could have been stopped. And now Minnetonka certainly playing for the pass here. Nope. Inside handoff. Nice stop on the play by Minnetonka. Sandler Tollefson and Ishii, the two inside backers, come in, close that hole. Running the ball was Tyler Schaefer, number 8, and that's a gain of about a yard.
Jake Anderson, 13, checking in for the Prior Lake Lakers. And their quarterback again is Haas. He's went to the sidelines and is going to get a play here, Roger.
Parker split wide right along with Jake Anderson. Here we go. The ball's loose a little bit. Unbelievable. Well, you know, that's just like a.
I mean, we're both at a loss for words to describe that one, Roger. High snap, looked like Lee was going to get in there and get a sack. Next thing you know, they're picking up basically first down yardage on that somewhat of a broken play. Nice hit there on the play by Iverson, but not able to bring him down at the point of contact. So here we go again, 1st and 10 for the Lakers.
2:07 left in the first half. Lakers on a drive. Well, Minnetonka stops that one. Ishii there along with a number of players.
So we're under 2 minutes here, Roger. Checking back in 33. That's Emmerich checking back in for the Lakers. And huge set of downs here. We do see a field goal kicker warming up in front of us, number 82. We've seen him kick the kickoffs. He hasn't had 2 extra points, but he hasn't had a field goal attempt yet tonight.
1:33 and counting. The Lakers have 2 timeouts left. Minnetonka still has 3. 2nd and 11. Motion, pitch. And this one shouldn't go anywhere but a loss of yards. Iverson, first guy there, I think, or no, 27 for Minnetonka, which is Ivan Lee. And then Iverson helps out. So, I didn't see it. So the mark, that right now, the loss on the play, I think you decline the penalty, Pete, but maybe you keep him, I don't know.
Yeah, Ivan Lee sniffed that one out. He was being held, and he still made the tackle, Roger, and then a host of other skippers came and helped him finish. So I think that's the call,
so that
is offensive holding.
Yeah, and they're going to decline that, Pete. You're going to take that result, which is a loss of about 7.
Holding, number 8 of the offense, penalties decline. Next down, 3rd down.
Yeah, just watch it on the replay. Great individual effort there by Lee to fight off that hold and make the stop, and then he was joined by basically the entire linebacking and secondary core to finish that off. So 3rd and long here, Roger. So I would think outside of field goal range, maybe they're going to go for 2 plays here.
Well, 3rd and long, and they got a sophomore quarterback who's shown he can throw the deep ball, Peter. Motion inside here. He throws it. Got a man. First down.
There's a play, Roger. They had one receiver out in the pattern, and that's who they went to. He was open on the right side, a nice slant, and they get what they needed there. So that's just a tough one there for the Minnetonka defense to give up. But it is a Lakers first down, and now the clock is down under a minute here, Roger, with the ball resting at the 13-yard line.
Well, they got 53 seconds and 2 timeouts, Pete. So game clock management shouldn't be terrible in this case here. Handed off the left side, going to be a gain of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's Emmerich on the carry there. They've been mixing him up
oh boy.
a little bit. And
you
now
know what?
Flag.
I can tell you what that is, Peter. Yeah, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty, but I think it's going to be on the Lakers. And it might be there was a push right there. Lakers are moving back. I think they anticipate the penalty here.
Got ball foul. Personal foul. Number 33 of the offense. 15-yard penalty.
So Emmerich, after that carry, either said or did something that drew the ire of the official. You maybe right, maybe a push or something a little bit after the play was over. So that's a huge backup there. And these are the penalties that Minnetonka's been doing this year. So it's interesting to see another team finally suffer.
It's sad, right? I mean, within the integrity of the game, you got a couple yards, you got it at the 13. Now you're on the 27. So would that be so the Lakers? Okay.
Second sharp. Timeout.
So Prior Lake with 1 timeout left. They're going to reset after that. So all the good, the good fortune that Prior Lake had kind of all is backed up now because of that 15-yard penalty. So they're way back outside of what could be considered like even good field goal range. 30 seconds on the clock and only 1 timeout. So a lot fewer options now, Roger.
Well, and if I'm a Prior Lake offensive coordinator, I'll tell you what I'm going to call. I'm going to call that same play to that. I'm trying to remember the number. I know he was 6'2". They hit over the. We had triple coverage.
And right.
That guy's a big guy. He's a target for him, and they need, they need 25 yards to get the first down on. Here we are, Pete. So.
Cale, do you have any thoughts on what the Lakers are going to do here on second long?
I don't know. They might take a page from our playbook.
So big play here for the Lakers. Second down and 25. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Cale calling for the running back. Play
underneath
right up the
center.
middle.
Hands off. Double reverse inside. Got a big hole. He could score. He does. Oh, no. Flag on the play. I don't even see the flag, but Cale, our cameraman, says there's a flag on the play, a block in the back. Now, is it a downfield and a spot foul? Well, they've run that inside handoff twice now. The inside reverse, which is ironically kind of a wing T type of a play.
Yeah, officials sorting out where the penalty is. Looks like the marker's sitting at the 9, Roger.
The offense, 10-yard penalty. Will replay. Second down.
So unclear to me if they needed that block in the back in order to spring those last 9 yards, but
likewise.
The officials did spot it. They call it. They mark it back to the 19-yard line. Clock now at 22 seconds, so time becomes a factor, Roger.
Well,
1 timeout for the Lakers.
1 timeout left, and you sort of have to kind of keep I think, right? The irony is they get a block in the back, a 10-yard penalty, and they actually gained yardage on the play because it was a downfield block on the block in the back. However, it is now second down.
Well, Cale actually accurately predicted a running play. What do you think this time, Cale?
I mean, I didn't really actually predict it. It was like a double reverse, which is super sneaky.
22 seconds left in the half. Minnetonka down by 7. Here's a little reset for you. Prior Lake has 1 timeout. Minnetonka has all 3 of their timeouts.
I don't know if Cale will be doing his halftime show without Everett here. It'll be it sounds like he will be.
All right, here we go.
Stay tuned for that.
They got a slot receiver and a wideout receiver to the right side of the field. Shotgun formation for Haas. Keeps it himself, goes forward, but not close to the first down. Clock ticking. It appears to me, Peter, that they're either going to, I think they're setting it up for the field goal. They only have 9 seconds left. They're going to have to spike the ball here, unless they're going to fake spike. So with 2 seconds left on the game clock, the Lakers take a timeout and send in number 88, which I believe is their kicker.
Lakers timeout.
82.
Lakers would also like to kick.
So the ball is on the 15. Add 10 to that for the end zone and the uprights. That's 25. Add another 7 typically.
That ball looks like it's going to be slotted at the 22, and then you add 10 for the end zone.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
32, I believe, is where it's going to be.
The ball's at the 15.
The ball is going to be spotted when for the kick. The holder will be kneeling down at the 22-yard line.
So 32-yarder.
32 yards. That's how my Indiana math works.
Boy, it took us a long time together to get there, Pete.
Number 82, Josh Keller, on to attempt the field goal.
So it is Keller here this will be the final play of the half, Roger.
Minnetonka going to ice him maybe. Minnetonka says, yes, we've seen television. We're going to know how to do that. So Minnetonka takes the timeout.
They watch the games on Saturdays and Sundays and see what everybody else does. So it turns out a nice crowd there for the Skippers on the other side. Here we do have it looks like a camo out for the Prior Lake Lakers student section. Everybody wearing hunting gear. I don't know if you can effectively hunt a skipper, but apparently that's what they think they could do.
Well, I pulled into the parking lot about 6 o'clock probably and saw this camo, and I said, well, I know we're a little bit further from the center of the universe, but Prior Lake's still a suburban area. I can't believe there's this many hunters, but
turns out it's just the students. They have themes now, Roger. Not something that we had as kids. We just came and wore our gear, or guys like you probably actually played in the games.
Turns out I did, Pete. Back in the early 40s, we had just moved away from the leather helmets when I started.
Nice. So here it is, 32-yard attempt, final play of the half, Roger.
Well, does Minnetonka take 2 timeouts? I like the call.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something.
Please reset the game clock to 2 seconds.
So they actually let the clock run, but it was the timeout before any time should have elapsed. So we got more time to kill, Roger. What else do you want to say about this season? Or maybe, Kale, you want to weigh in?
Can we take our last
Oh,
time
sure.
out after this?
Sure. There's to my knowledge, there's no rule about taking back taking back. You can take consecutive timeouts, and naturally the home crowd here kind of boos that a little bit. But the theory, of course, it's not rocket math. You give the kicker a little more time to think about it, and you hope he gets a little bit nervous and kind of shank-to-doodles. It's a technical term, Pete. Shank-a-doodle.
Shank-a-doodle. Well, so the ball is spotted over here on the near side hash mark. So a right-footed kicker, he's going to probably have to, kind of let it push a little more to the right. We'll see what happens. Maybe another timeout. Kale believes that there will be a third timeout.
Why not?
Here.
But you do have to effectuate that timeout before the ball is snapped. No good, Pete. So the strategy employed by Minnetonka works. That one goes wide left. So the score at halftime here, Minnetonka 7, Prior Lake Lakers 14. We got ourselves a game, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have our cameraman who does a special halftime show, and but we'll be back for the start of the third quarter. If you haven't subscribed, even though this is our last regular season game of the year, please subscribe, and we'll be back with the start of the third quarter. Cal, you wanted him to eat? And I didn't catch your girlfriend's name.
Folks, now coming back on the field again for your entertainment, the 2019 Fall Dancing Prior Lake High School. Keep that music and loudness going for our 2019 Fall Dancing for Prior Lake High School. Would Stephen M. Johnson please report to the ticket booth? Something was found that you want returned. We got no band tonight, so you're going to hear some tunes from...
Test 1, 2. Test 1.
Director Peter Amstutz anywhere.
Uh-oh.
And we have 3 seconds left at halftime. So I'm going
Here
to
they
end
come.
it, actually. Thank you to the 13 people who heard us talk for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite fun. Enjoyed being here.
Yeah, so I'm going to hand it back to Roger. Right.
All right, folks, everybody, welcome back. The score, Minnetonka 7, Lakers 14. We got about 2 minutes before the start of the second half. It's been a pretty close game. Minnetonka's defense has come up big on several occasions to stop what looked like drives. Prior Lake had the ability to have a really catastrophic personal foul in the late goings of the second quarter that really halted a drive for them and forced them to kick a field goal after 2 consecutive Minnetonka timeouts. Minnetonka ices their kicker, and as the first half ended, that kick went wide left to bring us to the position we're at now, where the score is Lakers 14, Minnetonka 7. So a little chess match going on at the very end of the quarter. Minnetonka had a really significant drive, then ended up going with Tokinen off the right side of the offensive line. So credit the right side of the offensive line for Minnetonka, which, of course, is the right tackle, Michael Allen, the right guard, Carson May. We always include the center, Michael Galgano. And I'm guessing that the tight end was Jackson Gadarian at that time. Probably they were tight to the right side. So seesaw battle, a Prior Lake team that came out of the season with 3 wins out of 4 tries and then ran up against some opponents that they lost the last 3. They lost to Eden Prairie, they lost to St. Michael Albertville, and they lost to number 2 ranked Lakeville South. So really no shame in those losses. And the loss to St. Michael Albertville was by 4. The Lakeville South not so close, but make no mistake, this is a pretty good Laker team here. And frankly, they always put a quality product on the field. Their coach is a veteran coach. They have a good staff here. And likewise, Minnetonka staff led by Coach Dave Nelson and Greg Clough is clearly a talented staff. Just been a real difficult year for Minnetonka in close games and have not found the ability to win when they had the opportunity to. And once in a while that happens. So we're getting set for that kickoff here. My prediction would be the first team that scores in this second half has a pretty good chance to win the ball game, because each team now, having suffered a little loss of momentum, Sibylla gonna kick off to the Lakers, so they'll have the ball first in this third quarter. Not a lot of wind here, but it is a chilly night at 43 degrees. We're on top of the booth. Here's Sibylla's kick. And this one is a end over end, driving back to the 10. Fielded by the 10, and he gets a nice little move, and he's caught free. And frankly, a game-saving tackle by number 4, Stratton Joyce, or a touchdown-saving tackle maybe more appropriately. And so that's a pretty good position here for the Lakers. They have the ball first and 10. They're at their own 40-yard line, and coverage just – Lakers now in hurry up. Their quarterback, number 16, underneath center. 2 backs, 1 in motion. Give to the first back, right up the middle. And I got to tell you right now, I don't know if our cameraman got faked out, but I sure did. And 32 on the carry there, which is Keaton Sowler and Tyler Lean on the stop, but it's a first down. So it gets 11 yards on the first carry inside Minnetonka territory at the Minnetonka 49-yard line. The third quarter just started. We're at the 11:36 mark. The score is Lakers 14, Minnetonka 7. Underneath center is Haas. Little tricky track there, and diving forward for a gain of about 4. Tokenen on the carry. No, what am I saying on the stop? I'm so used to saying on the carry. Second down, call it a long 5. Here's a pitch, left side. Got a blocker, waits carefully, pushed out of bounds by Elliott Ishii, not before he gets the first down. So very typical Laker drive, Peter, in the early goings. A couple first downs in a row.
Yeah, I was overhearing some of the coaches talking about like a 3-to-1 run-to-pass mix ratio. It seems like that's pretty much what's been happening, and when they've gone to the air, they've been able to be successful, but able to just get it done on the ground here on this opening drive, ball resting at the 35-yard line, Roger.
Haas underneath center now. 2 backs in a pro set. Gives to the right side back. Gets out of the grasp of one of the Minnetonka.
Yeah, Sam Emmerich just battling for yardage there, able to get into that second level and push the pile forward. That's going to be about a 7-yard pickup on first down, Roger. So with just a minute and a half gone here, a nice drive here already started for the Lakers. Again, we appreciate you joining us tonight. We understand our internet connection not that we've have. We're dealing with the best that we can, and thanks for hanging with us.
Second down and about 3. There's the pitch to the right side. When does he decide to turn it up? And he turns it up, but he gets a first down.
That's Will Jones, number 2, enough to get to move the sticks again. Yard line is what I.
Well, that'd be a spot foul, Pete. So that'd be a nice result if it is in fact a hold.
Yeah, Will Valgersdijk had gotten into the backfield, was looking to probably get a sack, and then he was held by one of the offensive linemen. I believe that's what the call is going to be, Roger.
So they should go to the 30 and mark off 10.
Holding on the offense, number 8,
Wow, we're smart, Pete.
Yeah, so huge penalty, obviously. So the penalty happened about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Add another 10 onto that, and so the ball's now setting at the 20-yard line. I see a 2nd and 29 on the big screen here at Dan Patch Field.
Now, we have seen this exact position before. They were able to get a long first down and then stalled out and were forced. Valgersdijk and Tollefson.
Yeah, great finish there. So it sets up a 4th and long here, Roger. This is kind of one of your spots. They're inside the 30. We always talk about if they're inside the 40, you might just go for it. But this is a 4th and long.
Well, and here's the other issue, Pete. So you're at the 28. You had 38 and another 5 on there. It's a 43-yard field goal. This is a tough range for a guy that just missed before half. Lakers going to go for it here on 4th and call it about. And he's got a man. Oh, he's going to almost picked off. Stepping in front of the play right before the ball, after the ball was thrown, was Tyler Lean. And the Lakers turn over on downs.
Yeah, that's one where you're almost glad he doesn't intercept it. You get the extra yardage because it's 4th down. He was going to go out of bounds anyway. So good break on the ball. Ended up getting some pressure on the quarterback. So the ball comes all the way back out to the line of scrimmage now for Minnetonka, which is about the 27-yard line. So here's a chance, Roger, to go on a draw, get that offense rolling.
Well, and you got to credit that was a hurry-up throw. So he had to roll a little bit. He had to scramble inside the pocket, and whoever put pressure on, I couldn't catch the number. But credit that defensive player. And then Lean just steps in front of that thing and almost picks it off. And as you say, probably a yardage thing not to. So it's 1st and 10 Minnetonka at about the 28-yard line. Handoff to Tolkien. This time he's got a hole. Kind of ends up getting knocked down a little bit by his own player. But nonetheless, not before he moves the chain, Peter. So.
Yeah, Tolkien playing both ways. We saw him lined up here at a cornerback. Was in on one of the tackles earlier, and then he shakes himself loose there for a nice first down.
Well, and the Lakers sideline calling something there that they saw that maybe it didn't get called, but nonetheless, it's first down, ball on the 42 of the Lakers. Minnetonka at the 7:02 mark, down by 7. Lakers showing blitz from the inside backers and now back off. They give the token and again face mask, but never gets called. Now it gets called, so. The back judge on the defensive side, I think, sees the face mask, and but it's hard to say. It's hard to know what he saw. I'm on top of the home booth, and to my right, of course, is everybody's favorite Steve Tuthill, and he saw it simultaneously with me, and Ken to my right also saw it, and they do see it. So. Inadvertent face mask, so it'll be a first down regardless, and it'll be a 5-yard penalty. So Minnetonka now on the receiving end of some penalty yardage, which they've been on the opposite end of for the first 7 games of this sojourn. So 6:45 left in the third quarter. Minnetonka inside Laker territory. Call it the 42-yard line. Shotgun formation for Joey Genro. Blitz coming through, picked up nicely. Give to Tolkien off the left side, and frankly, Pete, the running game looks like it's different.
Yeah, you're right. Tolkien picking up chunks of yardage here, able to dive forward. So we didn't see that in the first half. Maybe some adjustments on that blocking, made some adjustments based on what they saw in that first half, and now the holes are starting to open up, Roger.
So 2nd down and call it 4. Minnetonka inside Laker territory at about the 36-yard line. Joey Genro, sophomore quarterback, taking over for Luke Tollefson. Blitz coming on the edges there. They give the Telk, and the blitzing cornerback or outside backer makes the stop.
Yeah, that's Emmerich again, the first man on the scene. We've called his name a lot on both sides of the ball tonight, number 33 for Prior Lake. So good individual play for him tracking down that play. So 3rd and 5, Roger. Ball is inside the 40-yard line, so not necessarily needed to get this first down, but it would be nice for the Skippers here.
Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. We're in that awkward spot. Do you run, you play for 2 downs, or do you throw the ball? Iverson in motion to the left side. He's in the slot left. Rolling out is Genro. Genro's got a man. Lean. Tight ropes it out of bounds. Completed pass. First down, Minnetonka. So Minnetonka on a really nice drive here. You could see the instant replay for a little bit on the Jumbotron here at Dan Patch Stadium. Minnetonka in hurry up. Fisk is the wide receiver to the left side of the field. General underneath center. They hand a fake handoff. Blitz. Incomplete. Intended for number 17, which is Jackson Gadarian. So the tight end doesn't get the ball a lot, and it's a shame that he didn't on that one because Gadarian's a big kid that's strong, and I would like to have seen him not be hurried up. Now Ishii checks in.
Yeah, Gendro was under a little pressure, ended up delivering that ball at Gadarian's feet. I also would love to see him with the ball, but here we go, 2nd and 10, Roger, at the 15-yard line.
So Fisk split out wide to the right. Genro and shotgun. One receiver left, single setback. Blitz coming right up the middle. Got a man. Oh, incomplete. Broken up nicely there by the Lakers. Intended for Lean again. And not going to have that one. So Larson on the break. I'm sorry, Pete. Go ahead.
No worries. Third and long now, Roger. We're under 5 minutes to go here. I'm doing my best to keep the clock on there for you as well. So we do see that 4:56 to go. And what do you like here on 3rd down, Roger?
Well, here's what I'd like, Pete. And I know we've got different personnel than we had in the beginning of the season. I like that 2-pass play here where they hand it off to Iverson. He throws it. Now, last year, we threw it back to our quarterback on a couple spots. So let's see what they got up here. Iverson in motion left. Handoff right up the middle to Tolkinen. Tolkinen gets a couple, but he's going to be short. So Minnetonka's got a tough decision here now, Pete. Do you go for 3? And they looks like they're gonna.
Yeah, I do see Pierce Zabilla coming out here. Looks like they're going to spot the ball for the kick at about the 21-yard line, so a 31-yard attempt here. Tyler Lean will be holding it.
So well within inside Zabilla's leg, if you will. High snap. Oh, flag. Now the kick would have been good. Let's hope that's a you see, an offsides is a dead ball, and so they'll take that regardless, even if you get 5 more yards.
Dead ball foul. Encroachment, number 42 of the defense.
Yeah.
Will replay. 4th down.
Well, of course, this is where you'd like not to be a dead ball foul and just say we decline the penalty, but they can't do that because it happened before the ball was snapped, technically. And so Zabilla's going to have to do it all over again. Now he is aided by 5 extra yards. Lakers got 3 guys to the right, and looks like Minnetonka's got the personnel to cover it. This one's a high snap as well. This one's up, and it is no good. So the field goal jinx continues. Minnetonka kicks a good one, and then on the retry, not able to convert. So that's terrible. Unfortunate turn of events there.
Yeah, Zabilla's had a great season. That one pushed a little bit to the right, so unfortunate, but it's going to set up Prior Lake 1st and 10 going the other way here now at the 20-yard line.
Really one of their best offensive drives of the game by far. And I like the call. I like everything about it. So they'll just have to stop them on defense here. So still a 7-point game. Lakers trade power to the left side of their line, and they hand off to the left side. And, boy, what a nice stop there. About 3 guys there. Bacon gets there. Ishii gets there, and frankly, Iverson's there. But the first player to get there from Minnetonka is Valgerdijk, I think. No, wait, let me check that. Oh, no, it's Sandler Tollefson. So Tollefson, the first skipper to get him there. And so a gain of only 1 on the play. Minnetonka defense trying to figure out that inside handoff, and there it is again. And this time he's getting, well, he got free, and I don't know how he got free. Minnetonka trying to strip the ball, but that one goes out to the 38. Valgersdijk on the eventual stop there, number 24, but
and then Emmerich's a hard runner. He broke through that. Looked like they were going to get him right at the line to gain at the point of attack, and then he breaks free, gets enough for the 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Lakers at the 40-yard line, Roger.
Well, Emmerich, right, keeps his legs going, and So brand new set of down for the Lakers. They're at their own 40-yard line. Motion to the left side. Here's the counter to the right. Big hole and about a gain of 8.
Yeah, Ishii credited with a stop there, but not before. Nice, another chunk of yardage there, about 7 yards. Sets up a 2nd and 3, Roger.
I just got a note from Tony Wixo that Keenan Sibylla, Pierce's younger brother, is a kicker as well in 8th grade. Here's the handoff right up the middle, big hole, and caught by Iverson, but not before he gets a first down. So Minnetonka's defensive ability to stop that inside counter game a little bit, and now not stopping it as well. So maybe good things to come from the Sibylla family, as Pierce has a younger brother who someday, 3 years from now, could be kicking for the team. I can tell you that he's kicking 40-yard field goals in 8th grade, which is pretty special. Here we go, 1st and 10, Lakers inside Minnetonka territory. Same play, different look. There's just some a chance to get him, and so does Tollefson, but Gadarian has a chance to look like 47, check that, which is no, I'm sorry. Boy, that's tough. No, 48's Andrew McCullough, isn't it? 47, Andrew McCullough. Right side, a couple. Well, I'd like to shout out to Haley Kittleson, listening all the way from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Hope you're enjoying the game, Haley, and rooting for the Skippers here to make a comeback. 156. And Big Lowry ends up finishing that one, I think. And Aiden Lowry brings up a 2nd down. Lakers at the Minnetonka 29-yard line. 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Pretty important drive for Minnetonka to limit to a minimum of 3. Here we go, underneath center. Haas, hands off to the first man. Big hole. He could go all the way. He gets stopped a little bit and then dragged out of bounds at about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that's number 8, Shaver on that, and then Tolkinen and Iverson eventually grab him, but not before he gets enough. Back inside the red zone here are the Lakers, and they're going to spot that ball just inside the 10, it looks like, Roger.
Well, we know that our video is lagging. We don't have a hardwire night. A couple of our listeners have indicated that. Here's the handoff right up the middle. This one's going to be a loss. So Minnetonka defense holds their defensive line. Carino Gurley, Lowry, and 47. McCullough, Andrew McCullough, just a sophomore, getting the nod starting today.
Second and 10 here, Roger, for the Lakers. Haas is now under center.
So we had a handoff left side, nothing going here.
Roger trying to get an explanation about the wrong numbers on the lineup. I don't know what he's going to get from Tuts on week 8 of the season.
I'm blaming Steve Tuthill at some level, which is really wrong at every level, but he's such a jovial, swell guy that he takes the blame when things go wrong. And not really, folks. I'm being facetious. This might be the last play of the 3rd quarter. I don't think the Lakers at any level thinking about putting this in play. So we'll start the 4th quarter with the Lakers in the red zone for Minnetonka, looking for 7 more, and Minnetonka looking to turn them away empty-handed. It is a 3rd down and 8. The ball is at the 8. You can't come back. It's going to be hard to come back from 2 touchdowns. So.
Yeah, we talked about at halftime, Roger. The offense has struggled to put points on the board. I was going through the point totals for the year. I think 17 is the most than Minnetonka has scored in a single game. So really got to keep them out of the end zone here if you want to have a chance to snare that first victory of the season.
Well, and it's funny. Here's kind of the rule. If you're now again, they're in the red zone. You ask your defense to hold a team to 14 points. You got to put up 21. It's the end of the day. That's sort of the deal. So 3rd and goal from the 8. A field goal would be a moral victory here, Peter.
Absolutely, even a field goal attempt. Hold them here on this 3rd and 8. So looks like the starters out there on defense. We did see Tolkinen is lined up here on the near side as one of the cornerbacks. So big play here for the Skippers defense.
So now it looks like a pitch to the right side. There's a real hold there. And Tolkinen on the stop, but not before he gets to about the 2, Pete. What do you say?
Well, I don't know where they're going to mark him. I think they're putting him closer to the 4,
Yeah,
Roger.
you're right.
So they've set up a 4th down and 4. That was a well-conceived play, just a good defense here, and we'll see what the Lakers decide to do.
Well,
Looks like
88's the kicker, 82 is the kicker, so they're going to send in their kicking team. Now, if you're a riverboat gambler, Pete, and you're up by 7, do you ever think about a fake in this spot?
I mean, yeah, you have to think about it. If you've got one in the playbook, you might consider pulling that out right now. You would set Minnetonka up in a not great field position, even if the fake doesn't work. But it looks like they're going to kick it, Roger. Good
rush. That's good. So that's a moral victory. So the field goal is good. So the score 17-7. Minnetonka down by 10 with 11 minutes and 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And defense bends but does not break there. So you credit the defense. Not giving up a touchdown when they're 1st and goal at the 8 is a positive step.
Yeah, agree, Roger. So you keep it at least a 10-point game. Still have to get 2 scores in order to win or tie, but a touchdown there would have been really, really heartbreaking for the Skippers to deal with. So with 11:43, basically the whole 4th quarter remaining, Minnetonka's going to have a chance to tack on some more points here as the home crowd's getting a little loud here, Roger.
Well, and I think that when they score points, apparently they ring this large bell, and I don't know if somebody forgot to do it in a timely fashion, but nonetheless, now Pete, one of the things I said that you need some special team play, and so I had sort of said to you that just once this year, I'd like to see one of the kickoffs get run back for a touchdown, or whether it's a punt return or a kickoff. In this case, obviously it's a kickoff. Now everybody's pooching it to us. Right.
So I'm looking at the second line. It looks like Velgersdijk and Stratton Joyce are there, standing at about the 25. Roger, look for maybe one of them to get it.
Well, I don't mind Velgersdijk running it. This one takes a Minnetonka hop. Oh, I thought it was a face mask or a blow to the head there, but I don't see a flag. So Iverson on the return. But probably the worst field position that we've had all game from a kickoff. It'll be 1st and 10. The ball, I think, is going to be marked at the 22-yard line. 11:36. Minnetonka down by 10 points. Desperately needs something out of this drive. 7 would be great. 3 would do. Tyler Lean left, split out left. Throws it right over the middle. Caught. What a beautiful catch by Lean. Absolutely picture-perfect catch to number 19, Tyler Lean, who is just a sophomore. So, folks, before you write off the Minnetonka football program, recognize that there's an awful lot of sophomores and juniors starting, and good things to come. And, of course, we still have that second season starting next Friday with the sectional first-round game. This one handoff to Tolkinen, and junior gets about 5 on the carry. And Minnetonka's offense moving the ball pretty nicely here in the early going. Started the drive at the 22, now out to the 38. Second and call it 6. Lots of choices in the playbook here. We haven't seen a jet sweep to Iverson that I'm aware of. Comes around from the right to the left. Let's see if they got that in the book. Nope, not this time. Tolkinen right up the middle, squeaks through, gets about 3. Going to bring up a 3rd and probably about 3, Peter.
Yeah, so a couple handoffs to Tolkinen there. Gets you in 3rd and manageable. And looks like he might be taking himself out of the game here, Roger.
Yep.
Nope, it looks like he is going to come back. He's going to...
Well, he wanted to.
He did.
And
now Gadarian comes in. And
so
there
number
he goes.
17 checks in. Jackson Gadarian.
Yeah, Belgersdijk does check in for Tolkinen. Sorry, Roger.
Okay, so 3rd and about, it looked like a little bit more than, looks like 3+ to me, Peter. Ball on the 41-yard line. Could it be 2-down territory? 10:03 left in the game. Minnetonka down by 10. Underneath center. Fake handoff, rolls right. He's going to have to keep it, and he's going to get sacked. That one he'd like to get back and maybe throw it away. A host of Lakers converge on him in the late going. He had Iverson out there on the right, but nobody looked particularly open to me, so I understand the no throw, but it'll bring up a punting situation, Peter.
Yeah, long snapper is your guy, number 47. McCullough is in there to long snap it to Ishii, and looks like twin safeties back for Prior Lake here, Roger.
Well, Andrew McCullough, we're going to say his name about 5 times. He's the long snapper. He's also the starting D-end. And good snap. Almost gets blocked, but it takes it just hops right out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. So the Lakers will have good field position.
Pretty nice punt there from Ishii. 9 minutes and 7 seconds to go, Roger. But really need a stand here for the Minnetonka defense in order to prevent this lead from getting beyond 10 points. Haas is going to be out there. He's just a sophomore. He's listed at 6 foot, 190-pound quarterback, and he's going to be under center here, Roger.
So they have one receiver split to the short side, which is their left. Haas underneath center, 2 backs in the back. First back gets it. Oh, just squeaks away from a guy, but then powered down, and a textbook tackle. Like to get the, I think that's Sandler, Tollefson, and Tolkinen.
Yeah, Tolkinen getting to play a lot of downs here, so he took himself out 2 plays ago. Comes back in to play defense, but 8 minutes, 43 seconds to go, 2nd and 4, Roger.
All right, big play for the defense here. 2nd and 4, underneath center, Haas. Hands off to the back, right up the middle, and a pretty good stop by the defense. Going to be short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. Looks like 3rd and 1 to me.
Yeah.
And
Carvon Gurley crashed down from his side. Also Tollefson involved in that stop.
Tollefson,
as well.
Gurley on the stop, and Ishii's always around the ball, but that's the 2 primary tacklers here. And you know what?
So you got a 3rd and short. A chance for, Minnetonka hasn't really stuffed a run play. That'd be a great chance to do that right here, Roger.
Well, and here's where you're going to maybe dial up a blitz, because it would be a real risk to throw the ball here. And I would expect to see that inside counter from the Lakers. Oh, boy, you got to hope for a penalty here. Wow. So if Prior Lake knows, it must have been a last-second kind of decision, Peter.
Yeah, I think so. The coach came in, decided either didn't like what he saw or wanted to make a different play. So it is an important down here, 3rd and short. And the Lakers are going to talk about it here. 7 minutes, 43 seconds. Ended up being a pretty nice night here. Not much wind. It's a little chilly. We thank the people from Prior Lake for getting us into the press box. We're sorry that they cut their their internet connection with all their construction. It looks like they're going to have some new buildings behind us here, Roger, the practice field, and see a lot of stuff being dug up over there. So thanks for hanging with us during the poor internet connection tonight, and feel free to subscribe. That'll help us out moving forward into next year. We plan to keep this platform next year, Roger.
Absolutely, Pete. For the most part, when we've had a hardwire connection of internet, we've had a great signal, and we got a high-def camera. And here we go, biggest play of the game defensively here. Look for them to do a hard snap count and draw them off, and they're trying. And here's the play, and he's going to get through. Unfortunately, he goes off the left side, and Iverson and Ishii end up making the stop, not before he gets about 5.
Yeah, Emmerich's just been pounding the ball all night. They've been mixing him up with Shaver. And, again, he's just able to fall forward there after he breaks through that initial point of contact and gets enough yardage for the first down.
Well, now, Peter, the clock becomes your enemy. You're down by 10. The 7:26, and Lakers not in that hurry up right now, up by 10 points. They're just inside Minnetonka territory. Haas, their sophomore quarterback, underneath center. Hands off to the first back, right up the middle, big hole. Submarine by Iverson, and but not before he gets about 7 or 8. So
I think they're going to say 10, Roger. So they're going to move the sticks. Emmerich just running really hard. Haas coming all the way to the sidelines now to talk to his coach about getting the next play in here. Haven't seen that as much tonight. Some teams do that all the time, Roger.
And he's done that, but not as consistently. So now I think what he's probably saying is, hey, look, although I don't see a 25-second clock. It's funny, we have a 25-second clock, but hardly anybody else does. Maybe less than half, don't you think?
I'd agree. It seems like more rare than it is common.
So this one's taking a long time to develop here. 1st and 10, inside the 40. He's going to throw. Looking to the right. He's got a fade route going. Well, that's going to be an interference.
I think that Tolkinen was there. He didn't really turn around the way that you want your defensive back to. So the good news in high school, pass interference, just a 15-yard penalty, right, Roger?
Auto first down, but nonetheless, it'll be a first down. It is not like in Saturday or Sunday where that's a, first and goal at the 1 type thing. And here's the deal: receiver had him beat, but you've got to turn towards the ball to make it look like you're defending it. And he had a hand in there.
Now it looks like Tolkinen likes what he's hearing from the officials. Maybe they're going to call it the other way. So we'll see what's going on.
Well, Tolkinen's saying it's going to be offensive pass interference. I'd be shocked.
So Tolkinen giving it the no-fly zone area there. You might want to just live to play another day, but. Officials saw something. They didn't like the offensive player maybe initiated contact there, and now it's going to set up.
He must have pushed off right before the ball. It was before we saw the contact. And the Lakers faithful very unhappy with that call. And now the Lakers, from being in Minnetonka territory, it's going to be first down, and the ball is way back inside the Minnetonka side at the 46. Double reverse here. First down.
Yeah, ball comes loose at the end. I think they're going to say he's down and recovered by Prior Lake anyway. But that play at least 4 times, right, Roger? And it's gotten big chunks of yards pretty much every time.
Well, you get a offensive pass interference. You put your opponent back 30 yards, basically, right? And then you reel off a double reverse and get 30. So,
yeah, Haas coming over again to the sideline to talk. Clock ticks down to about 6 minutes to go here, Roger. So it's going to be a tough situation if Minnetonka can't either get a turnover or at least force a field goal attempt on this drive.
Well, that was kind of the break that we needed. And put them way back in our own territory, and then that inside reverse. First and 10, handoff to the back, right up the middle, big yards, stopped by Bacon, I think. Really a quick whistle on the play there.
Yeah, Emmerich the carrier.
Bacon, I think.
Yeah, they're going to credit him. He was
yeah.
the first man on the scene. Had some help there towards the end, but a nice tackle. He's had a nice season, Roger.
Yeah.
I think this whole linebacking and secondary have stepped up and had to make quite a few tackles. Tollison and Ishii, obviously the leaders in that category, but we've called out Tyler Lee and Iverson Bankin tonight. So hats off to those guys.
Had a big sack.
Absolutely, yeah.
Came in untouched one time and buried Haas, and so second at about 5. We're at the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Minnetonka down by 10. Haas looking to call the hard count. Same play, different day. And this time, well, I don't know how, but he got the first down. And if Jackson Iverson's making the tackle, that means he's got to the second and third level. And
yeah, Emmerich imploring the crowd, and that was just another tough run. He looks like he was stood up at the line again. He just kept picking his way and was not able to get brought down until he had the first down. So ball now resting at the 13-yard line, Roger. Just 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go here at Dan Patch Stadium in Prior Lake on a Wednesday night, and the Lakers are in business here in the red zone.
Well, they are, Peter, and this would be again, best case scenario would, of course, be a turnover, but if you could hold them to 3 and make it a 20-7 game. Here's the pitch to the right side. Got some blockers in front of him. Well, I'm not going to take anything away from the defensive side of the ball. That kid just ran it good.
Yeah, Shaver and Emmerich are tough runners, Roger. They're going to be, whoever Prior Lake plays in that first round of the section game, they're going to have to deal with that combination the same way that the Skippers have had to deal with them tonight.
Well, and this is a tough spot. It's first and goal at the 3, and we need a turnover, Peter.
Yeah, turnover. Haas goes over, gets the play. Don't expect anything different than another running play here, Roger. No real risk in putting it in the air.
No, I would think they'd run the ball 3 different times, and worst case have to kick it, but I'd look for that inside reverse again. This time to the left back. He's going to get in. So at the 4:03 mark, this one becomes a bit of a problematic situation. 23-7.
So Emmerich cashes that one in, I believe, Roger. And on for that extra point again is their kicker, Josh Keller. So what we had hoped could be, a final a victory to end the season for Minnetonka, looks like that's going to not happen tonight. Going to get another possession. Go ahead, Raj.
Well, I saw a guy run onto the field and then get waved off, which well, that one's good, Pete. So I thought maybe a little razzle-dazzle. I was trying to do some point differentials there, but at the end of the day, it's a 24-7 game. This one's probably out of reach, barring a minor miracle with 4 minutes left. Minnetonka scores quick. They're still down by 10, and they'd have to kick it onside and then get it and score again and then get a field goal to tie. It's a pretty tall order with only 4:03 left in the fourth quarter. Well, I can think of a couple plays, Pete, and I think of the play where the double reverse, when you have them backed in after the offensive pass interference, and it's what? I don't know the down anymore, but they needed 25 to get a first down, and they come up with that double reverse, which they'd run successfully already. And, once you say, okay, shame on me, but twice, I got to see that play coming a little bit. But Tolkinen and Iverson deep for Minnetonka, and, it would be a very efficient method if we could run one back for 7 here and then kick it onside.
Yeah, you've been calling for it all season. I don't see why not now, Roger. 4 minutes.
It's the last game of the
3
year.
seconds.
It's the last game of the regular
season. Might be the last kickoff we get.
Right, exactly. Right, might be the last kickoff. Before we get to sectional play. This is a straight old Stratton Joyce gets it. and he's going to get good field position at about the 34-yard line. So Minnetonka has a pretty tall order here to get 2 touchdowns and make it a 3-point game.
So the PA system here has the old Minnetonka roster, which had a different player as number 4. We know number 4 is Stratton Joyce, so that's who we called out, but they got a different name downstairs. At either rate, the ball's going to be on the 34-yard line, and this, could conceivably be the last regular season offensive possession for the Skippers, Roger.
Well, I'm anticipating that they're going to score on this possession, Peter, and then kick it onside and get it and make a game out of this thing. But Joey General is a shotgun formation. Ben Tokanen's a single setback. Blitz right up the middle. Got a man, it's Iverson to the right side. Kind of a head tackle, but he stays in bounds, unfortunately, but it's a gain of about 5. And it'll be a second down and about 5. Clock still ticking. Minnetonka got all 3 timeouts left. And at this point, again, not to give up on the ship, but really playing for pride. Make it look better in the score. Get this thing within a couple of scores and see what happens if you can get an onside kick. General, the quarterback, shotgun formation. Tokanen to his left. Ball gets loose, he fumbles it, and he recovers his own fumble. But unfortunately, 2nd and 5 turns into 3rd and about 11. And don't really know. I don't know if that was a little off center or just lost concentration.
Quite a bit of window dressing with the jet sweep action coming across. I don't know if that distract Genro ended up dropping it, falling on. Gadarian is coming into the game now, and it's 3rd and about 12, Roger.
Well, clearly a passing situation here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Lakers maybe blitz on this, although not showing blitz here. General, they got a corner blitz, little screen out to Valgersdijk, and Valgersdijk gets basically the loss on the play, and frankly, Peter, at 2:24, it's 4th and 7. I think you have to go.
I agree, yeah. They were able to pick up about half the yardage needed on that little screen to Valgersdijk. Pretty much no risk, and go ahead and going for here with 2 and 11 to go, Roger.
Well, the Minnetonka's going to go for it. We're underneath 2 minutes now. And Fisk comes out split to the left. Jackson Iverson behind him off the line of scrimmage. So they got numbers out here on the left side. He's going to have to throw it left. Jackson Iverson on a beautiful catch and comes down with the ball. Moves the chains, so they're inside Laker territory. 1:42. Clock is stopped until they move the chains. That was a picture-perfect catch, and credit Jackson for coming down with the ball.
Yeah, hard hit, and he hung on to it. Beautiful pitch and catch there from Gendro to Iverson.
This time they run it right up the middle. It's Valgersdijk. Valgersdijk gains a couple. Got to run once in a while to keep him honest, but
down to under a minute and a half to go here at Dan Patch, and Minnetonka in the hurry up now. Near side is Tyler Leon. On the far side, I've got Fisk and Iverson.
So
Roger.
now Fisk and Iverson switch. Iverson split wider as a slot, rolling out right, Genro, and throws it outside the reach of Jackson Iverson. Incomplete pass, stops the clock. I guess, Pete, I can never say give because it's 1:07, and Minnetonka not going to use their timeouts, it looks like.
Right. That time Fisk ran the deep pattern. Iverson went underneath. They tried to hit him, went out of bounds. Gadarian checking back in. Ishii back out now. So clock stopped with 1:07 to go here. 24-7 is the score, and the Skippers attempting to tack on a touchdown here in the final minute, Roger.
So Fisk and Iverson split wide to the left. Tolkien in the single setback. 2 receivers to the right. Low snap, big blitz. Throws it over the middle. Picked off. 40, 50. Valgersdijk's got it. Oh, boy. He made a pretty good move there as if he was going to go to the outside. Slowed down a little bit. I don't know if you saw that move, Peter, but Well, that one's going to come back and going to make it a little bit more respectable on the score line, I guess.
Do you think the flag is after the interception on a block, or what's your what do you think here?
I don't know. I would guess that where that point of that flag is, it would be after the interception and likely a block in the back or some sort of a holding, but
yeah, we'll
I
see
think
what
it'll still be Lakers ball, Pete.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing is that on that interception return there was some illegal block that happens from time to time. You've changed possessions. You've got a guy running back an interception. So that'll wipe out the touchdown, Roger. Still possession goes back to Prior Lake. Minnetonka with the timeouts. Don't know if they're going to elect to use them, down by a couple scores here. So down under a minute to go, Roger. And again, we want to thank everyone who joined us on YouTube this season. Please hit subscribe. Continue to support Minnetonka football, and we'll be back for next year.
Well, and I guess in the closing minutes here, Peter, it's been a tough season, and unfortunately we're not allowed to do the next section game by high school league. We reached out to the high school league. They aren't going to let anybody stream it, so you'll have to actually come to the game to watch Minnetonka's section game. But it has been a difficult at best year, but I'll tell you what, the kids never gave up. Coaching staff never gave up. I have a son on the staff. He said throughout the entire week of each game, the kids had the right attitude, the staff had the right attitude. An anomaly here in Minnetonka, the kind of an anomaly that I've never seen here in 18 years as I've been a part of the Skipper family. And this one's going to go down in the books as a 24-7 loss to Prior Lake. They won't have to put the play again. So on behalf of Peter Amstutz and Everett Amstutz, who's not here tonight, and Cal Pfeffer, it's been a great year. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to come back next year when we do this same broadcast on YouTube, and make sure to go to that first section game. Should be a great game. And on behalf of the rest of the crew here, again, thank you for joining us here in Prior Lake, where the Skippers go down 24-7 and have one more game left in their repertoire next Friday night. Likely based on seed projection, it'll be an away game, and hope we are able to draw a team that's not a 1 seed, and but nonetheless we'll play the game. So on behalf of the rest of our crew, thanks for joining us tonight. Good night.